All right, Doom. Let's kick this off.
Let's do it, Rifkin.
Spine.
In the upper left-hand corner of the map, from Team Grubby, just tied it up 1-1. None other than the green Protoss player, Grubby.
And his opponent in the lower right, spawning in a cross position on this anywhere spawn map. Playing for Empire, it's gonna be Koss. And what I'm gonna do is take a quick refresh on those polls, guys. If you want to participate, I hope you will in futures. But looks like on a quick refresh, I'm putting it on the screen, it is currently 13 votes to 11. A really close poll, 54% to 46%, but completely understandably so, as we are in Game 3. This is tied up at the moment, and one of these players will move on to the semifinals, and sadly, one will not. There is no double elimination. It's all or nothing in that regard.
Nope. Yeah, so this is it. What are they gonna do? Frost, pretty big map here. So we could get treated to another macro game, but that's the moment when you switch it up on your opponent and you try to get aggressive, I think. When they expect the unexpected, that's when you do the expected.
What? Who is it? Like, was it Artosis or Apollo? Someone's like, the cheesiest thing a cheeser can do is play standard.
Yeah. Seriously, expect the unexpected, people.
Well, what's really cool is on a map like this, the way, like, specifically the style in which Grubby harasses, I think will play huge dividends here. Not only does he have storm drops available, but with the back doors, with the extra pylon locations, he can hit from multiple angles, and I don't think Koss is really going to comfortably, like, with the way Grubby plays, I think it's going to be very difficult for Koss to maintain a third against this Protoss player.
One thing we haven't seen out of Grubby yet is starport play. I'm curious by the placement of this pylon if he's going to be hiding some tech in the back of his base. We'll have to keep an eye out on that. But
for now, it's just the expansion. I mean, 2 and 200 gas kind of dictates that it's going to be Mothership Core and Warp Tech with the expansion. I would love to see if we got Phoenixes on the field, though. Phoenixes are kind of this really cool vanguard against Medivacs as well as Vikings, so if you do go for that Colossus push early, pairing it with the Vikings, you either pick up half of the army because there's not going to be a lot in the field, and the other, maybe your opponent has Vikings out. Well, the Phoenix is dispatched with Vikings actually pretty effectively.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Phoenix necessarily in TVP. I love me some Oracle play, though. I think that's really exciting when Protoss players try to make it happen. You know, it's not the most effective build in the world, but you're right. There's going to be this early expansion here from Grubby. Back at home, Koss is doing what we've seen him do in pretty much every game of this series, going for that early command center followed by the 2 barracks. So relatively standard in this regard, so we'll probably see something similar. The big question in my mind is, will Grubby drop down that robotics at least first? No, it is going to be a quick Twilight Council.
Grubby and Koss both awkwardly misscouting the wrong same base. There was actually a pretty big incident on Whirlwind with Baby Knight and MC. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh, I saw it.
Then it happened with Baby Knight against... Oh, shoot. It was someone in the Acer Team Strike Cup recently, but the same exact same thing happened, but... Oop.
First blood.
Alright, Stalker claims first blood and will not actually get much scouting information, but at least Koss should know that there wouldn't be a random Stalker in a wrong base location.
And this is going to be early blink play here, Rifkin.
Yeah,
and
finally coming down.
This can be devastating, especially considering Protoss players don't need to get that early robotics facility to be able to, you know, blink into the Terran main base now. Yeah. They can just do it off of the Mothership Core. So this is an interesting move here from Grubby, and he's dropping down an early pylon across the field. This could get way out of control for Koss if he's not prepared to defend in his main. He's got bunkers down at the natural.
Koss just scanned between the natural and the main, which is a cool move, but sadly in doing so missed the Twilight Council. And the biggest strength of any sort of blink play, whether it's an early push or an all-in, it's about going undetected, not knowing that it's coming to the last second. Koss has certainly fought his fair share of blinks, so I don't think he'll get caught off guard with his pants down, but he will still take damage. Make no mistake of that.
Okay, well, 4 barracks or 4 gateways going to be added on here from Grubby Factory, just about to complete for Koss as well. And
this is one of those rare situations where Siege Tank and TVP right now would be really good.
Sure would.
But oh no, Koss, is he gonna push? He's gonna push out a bit, and this is gonna let Grubby know that his mains is gonna be completely open, completely vulnerable. But maybe we'll have to worry about the push a little bit more than going offensive.
He doesn't want to reveal that blink just yet. That's why he's not blinking away from those units. Just going to run in this regard. And 1 sentry down here. I wonder what that 1 sentry for is. Maybe to try to force field the ramp. I don't know if he would be able to pull it off. But okay, big reveal. Koss now sees what the plan is from Grubby. Fortunately for Grubby, he's still got a probe down in the vicinity, building another proxy pylon.
Yeah, he sent that probe out with the mothership core as well. So this is a fresh probe. It wasn't waiting across the field. Did just get down here, and luckily kind of in time.
And I really like that Grubby's continuing to maintain map control and maintain vision. Koss needs to know that he probably knows something that's up. That's why he's building this bunker over here, building this missile turret as well. But it feels like the bio's just getting a little bit too large for really a Blink Stalker army to handle this.
Yeah, the big thing too is if Koss waits a little further back in his base and baits the Stalkers with a blink, he'll do some damage. But alright, Stalkers have made their way up here.
Ooh,
of course,
lab.
oh, he's going to get the combat shields. However, I believe Stim is already done, so Stimming on top of this wouldn't be too difficult. Big thing, of course, is trying to kill that mothership core, but look at the blink micro out of Grubby, not losing. Oh, okay, losing 1 stalker at the end, just barely, but kills the mothership core and puts an end to the aggression right here. Oh, maybe not. Here comes a pylon. Yeah, here comes a very forward pylon. Grubby, sorry, you know what? Can't do the blink micro into the main. I'll just push your front, and he's going to be able to do this. Only, I don't know, it's going to be kind of hard because now this medevac's out. Yeah. If the bunker goes down, maybe could continue to push, but great blink micro out of Grubby once again.
And concussive shield isn't done, so we can't really chase down those stalkers as efficiently as he may want to, and a couple of Marines are going to get picked off. Ipso facto here, factory is going to fall, eventually burning. But the army supply for Koss is just continuously dwindling. He is, of course, replacing it off of this barracks infrastructure he's established in the main base. He's adding on 2 more barracks at this time. His +1 is about to finish up too, and his army is about to sync well with that. So curious to see if he'll try to drop down, +1 armor upgrades, or go immediately into +2 as that finishes.
What's really nice here for Grubby as well is this wasn't like a super all-in invest. First of all, I can't get over his blink micro is so good.
Yeah, it is seriously good.
This was only like 4 gateways. This wasn't like some sort of 7-gate all-in or anything like that. Blink's very expensive dedication of units. Same with these stalkers that are not getting used too effectively, but he's managed to keep them alive. If Grubby lost these units, Koss would just push across the field. But because the threat is constantly here, oh, maybe could have picked off the medevac if he was a little bit greedy, but... Does Grubby know about this third? No, he just barely doesn't know. Look at that vision. Yeah. So close.
And Koss might be being a little bit greedy with that, but it is going to pay off for him. It is going to complete. Will not have to transition it down there from the natural to the main base. And back at home, Grubby, no third base in sight. Instead, going for that storm once again very quickly here.
I like that he does this, though. It's the best. If you rush out Colossus, it's so much easier to counter than you rushing Templar, rushing Storms. 1 stock in the middle of the field. Still, it's like he's got Blink on autocast.
There could be a moment here, Rifkin, where Storm will be irrelevant. I'm getting a little more worried for Grubby here, especially considering his stalkers are way out of position to defend if we were to defend.
He's already got a Templar with energy gathering here. Storm's finishing any second now.
Okay.
I mean, this certainly isn't an army that Grubby's going to enjoy taking on, but a couple Storms will make these so weak so quickly.
Could. They gotta hit, though. They definitely have to hit to make it effective. Koss looks like he's going third base sniping, though.
Yep, but there's no third base to snipe.
No third base.
I think Grubby's going to take his third in a ninja location, though, Doom. Look at this probe. Oh, but blink forward. Tries to pick up a medevac.
Oh, there's the concussive shells.
And that's going to cost him so many stalkers going down here. Here comes some zealots. Charge is not done yet, though. He knows he cannot really take this engagement yet, but Storms.
High ground. Ninja base? I don't know if I would like that or not, Rifkin, because it seems like drops that would be an apt path for medevacs to pass by.
But you got to consider, Grubby got away with a third base being hidden at a natural, like, normal location. But okay, never mind. Here we go. Third base is going to be put down over here. But I was going to say, like, if Koss couldn't detect the third at a normal base location, I think a hidden base would actually be fantastic. But only because he'd be playing against the player, not because it'd be good for this matchup.
Yeah, and see, I think if Grubby knew that Koss had this third base down and established as quickly as he did, he would be going for some type of ninja base, because he's going to need it to come back here. Look at the overall supplies. 161 for Koss, 119 for Grubby. Grubby's falling farther and farther behind here, and there we go. There is the ninja base, the upper right-hand corner of the map.
But Doom, he may be falling behind, quote unquote, but let's not forget, he was behind last game and still came back with some good storms. So you can't count Grubby out, is what it boils down to, I feel. And trying to find this third base once again, Kos gonna be just frustrated. Like, where's your expansions? You have to expand.
He's gonna set up a drop in the main base, though.
Actually,
I'm curious to see if he'll do it.
He's looking to hit from 2 different locations at once. Huge army supply in the south, huge army supply in the north. And Grubby...
He's going to be distracting as hell for Grubby. I mean, he's going to push in here to the natural, potentially. Did Grubby see that natural, or that army move in from that upper base location?
He saw the upper one.
He's going to see a blimp of the... Okay, his third base is going to be here. Sauter desperate moving down there. Grubby knows that Kos is in multiple locations, but Kos is going to drop into the main base as well, Rifkin.
But there are Templar and Zealots waiting for him. He scanned ahead and saw that, so he decided to back the hell out. Storm's going to chase off the army to the south. Doesn't really claim too many lives, but Ghosts are coming out next to him.
Man, and Grubby just great spider senses there, I'm gonna call it. He's got the Spider-Man suit on playing right now. And okay, he might be sandwiched in just a moment.
He'll catch the step. Warp Prism. The Warp Prism has been the pinnacle of Grubby's play for so long in this entire series. Catching out with the Templar inside, huge. And now the natural base is gonna fall as well. Zealots, however, are in the third base of Kos, so he is also taking some damage across the field, not going unresponded to. There are Marines and Ghosts. Should be able to clean this up, but Kos with that base snipe, man. If Grubby didn't have the secret fourth base, that could have been quite not devastating enough to end the game, but that's a huge loss. But still in this is Grubby. He's not too scared, not too worried.
I don't know, this base in the upper right is just like a 400 mineral paperweight right now, though, and it's not even rallying probes to its mineral patches, so... I'm worried for Grubby. It looks like he has this Nexus hotkeyed with his other Nexi, and that's why... Okay, now just going to correct that.
Yeah,
but big reveal here. Is Kos going to move forward to that upper?
Luckily,
he must smell something up being up.
Grubby's army's here, though. He's going to try and hold this. He's going to catch a lot of this army, kind of sandwiched out. Zealot's going to charge right on in. 1-1, going to allow him to do a bit of damage as they connect, but... Yeah,
GMP's going down on those Templars that were falling behind here. Grubby's entire army is going to try desperate enforcement.
Force was just barely off! Oh, no. This is the second time this has happened to poor Grubby, but I was going to say, luckily he has not invested too much into this until he threw his army trying to defend it.
Kos got to be saying, why are you defending the upper right, too? That's got to be going through his head, but he is not going to push forward through up there, despite Grubby having warped in Templar in the center to defend.
That's the thing. I think Kos has recognized, like, okay, he just threw away so many units into my army. I think if I counter push right now, I could do a lot of damage. Big EMP goes off, and... Grubby now in such a rough spot, trying to dodge those EMPs, throwing in a couple good storms.
Not a lot of army here though. We're looking 30,
no, 64
not. Supply to 136 supply of Kos. He's maxed out. He's adding on more command centers back at home, adding on more ghosts, and here we go. Kos gonna push forward, try to end the game right now.
Yeah, Grubby with almost no supply in the field, also trying to take a fourth base to the words of the north. That's 4 less Zealots to engage this army, and every single resource counts. This base goes down, and Kos, his army is left mostly untouched. These medevacs are dry, though, and there's only 2 of them, so a couple more storms could finish the life of a quarter of this army, Doom. Oh, and big storm goes off. Not going to claim any more lives, but again, can't heal this up. Every storm so much more deadly.
It's just the season. We've got a bunch of pumpkin Marines and Marauders and Ghosts here, but they don't even care. They could go down to Red Pepper and they wouldn't even be, affected by it. There's only 2 medevacs though, so.
If we're going with a Halloween theme, it'd be Empire's Gasp.
Ooh, so clever, Rifkin. Gosh.
Okay, cheesiness aside, there are a hell of a lot of Zealots here, and they're going to connect to a lot of really low units. Ghosts fall down immediately. A stim goes off. If there was one more storm, if Grubby can bait this army into those Templar on the high ground, Doom, they don't have enough energy to storm just yet. Good game is called. Grubby, Grubby.
He took the ball down to a blood red composition, and didn't even matter at that point. They just charged forward. Just too much supply there from Kos. Grubby was trying to do all he can to make that game work for him, but it seems like that blink build just didn't work out the way he expected to. Didn't get the advantage during the game, and Kos getting that third base down in plain sight of Grubby, although Grubby never scouted it, seemed to be the differential factor that which